You are listening to Who Cares?
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John Brueggemeier Gymnasium here in Old Fort, Ohio, the site of tonight's SBC River matchup between the Old Fort Stockaders and the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Jacob Studebaker-Ellis. We have Emma Moeglin on the camera tonight. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the Xcaret Mexican Restaurant pregame show. We're just moments away from the opening tip between these two friendly rivals. But before we get you to the action, let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here live and paywall-free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, UIS Insurance Investments, Vicek Orthodontics, Mullins Entertainment, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, First National Bank of Sycamore, Clouse Construction, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors bringing you high school basketball all season long right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are just about ready for this exciting matchup between these two familiar foes, as actually the last time either one of these teams faced off, it was against each other this past Saturday. We're going to pause for a moment as present the national anthem, courtesy of the Old Fort Pep Band.
Under the direction of Mrs. Amy DeRose. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stars Spangled Banner.
All right, there you have it, the national anthem brought to you by the Old Fort Stockader Pep Band. We're just moments away from the opening tip, but before we get you there, we have the starting lineups for both teams, as this is a beautiful facility over here, John Brueggemeier Gymnasium here in Old Fort. And I'm telling you what, folks, this is a premier facility for high school basketball. It doesn't get much better than this when it comes to small town high school basketball in this area. This is probably one of the cream of the crop arenas, and I'm excited to be on the call with you here tonight, Jacob.
Absolutely. Beautiful place to call some basketball, and we have a great game lineup. These two teams played to the wire last week. Last time either of these teams played was against each other, so it's like the NBA playing back-to-back against the same squad, one home, one away. Shaping up to be a good afternoon here at John Brueggemeier Gymnasium.
It's kind of interesting, too, Jacob, because when you look at Max Preps, you look at the schedule, this game doesn't show up. The game before this showed up, but there was no game that showed up for this one. And I think it's probably one of those cases of, you know, these two teams, they know that this time of year is a great time to start getting those litmus test matchups. And these two teams, they're pretty evenly matched, Jacob.
Oh my gosh, yeah, looking at the stats, their leading and everything is pretty much similar for, you know, each team in terms of, you know, what the number is for like leading points per game, rebounds per game, all that stuff. And we saw last week how tight they played. It was tied going into the fourth quarter, and it was low scoring too. I think it was 52-46. So a lot of old-fashioned defense, slow-paced, kind of physical kind of game.
There's the starting lineups for both teams. We're just about ready to get things kicked off here at John Brueggemeier Gymnasium. They call this place the Fort. Rightfully so. Once again, Nate Mullins, Jacob Studebaker-Ellis on the call with you here tonight. Hopewell-Loudon coming into this one at 7-6, 4-3 in the SBC River. Old Fort 9-4. They are 7-1 in that SBC River. So this is a big matchup when it comes in terms of conference seeding. And the Chieftains with a chance to kind of get back what they had taken away from them this past Saturday.
Yeah, if you can split the season series against one of the top teams in your conference.
Kellen Frankert pulls up for three. Got the friendly roll. From downtown. Kellen Frankert starts things off.
I think they called that a 2.
No, I gotta say that was just on the line, so they called that a 2, but man, that looked like a 3 to me. Stockaders with possession. They work it down low. Isaac Gallagher. Shot no good. But the offensive putback is there as Henry Beisner gets it to go. Uh-oh. There we go.
We're getting there.
Kellen Frankert trying to work it into the perimeter, or into the paint here. They push it back out to the perimeter. Brody Brickman pulls it back to the logo.
Hopewell in no rush to get a shot off.
And it looks like Derek Stacy got shot off the mark. Dexter Stacy.
Stored it away by Beisner there.
Had a little schwack. That's going to be a size advantage that the Stockaders are going to want to take advantage of down low. And there we go. Isaac Gallagher got that one to go.
Yeah, big man for Old Fort, 6'7", and for Hopewell, they got 6'4" as their tallest.
Yeah. And I believe that was Ashton Miller on the bucket. It was his first basket of the game. Ties it up at 4 apiece. Stockaders with the basketball. We'll get you starting lineups here in just a moment.
Oh, I think that might be a jump.
Yeah,
they're going to travel.
There's going to be a travel under the basket as that one's called on Grant Havens. Starting 5 for the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains. Number 0, Ashton Miller, junior guard. Number 2, Brody Brickman, junior. There's Miller.
Tough take.
Nice little floater there. He got the contact, drew the defender in, and then kind of a little fade back to get his space. Got the shot off, got it in. Isaac Gallagher with it on the perimeter. Working on Ashton Miller. Oh, nice little move. Got it with the layup, little up and under finger roll.
You know, hey, if you're Miller, though, you take that on defense, making him go to his off left and spin around you.
That's right. Tied at 6 apiece. Miller kicks it out. Frankert pulls up from just inside the paint. That one's off the mark. Dimitri Carter picks up his dribble. Now he gets it back, drives it into the paint, kicks it out. Brock Hall over to Gallagher. Gallagher's 3, no good. And Brickman grabs the rebound for the Chieftains. For the Stockaders, you're starting 5. Number 3, Isaac Gallagher, senior forward. Number 4, Brock Hall, senior guard. Number 11, Grant Havens, senior guard. Number 12, Dimitri Carter, senior guard. And number 21, Henry Beisner, senior forward. Those are your starting 5 for the Old Fort Stockaders.
That's a lot of seniors.
That's typically the case over here. You don't get a whole lot of playing time until your senior year under Coach Eric Hoover.
Hey, it seems to be working.
A long history of success here. That's for sure.
Well, 5-second.
A 5-second violation on the inbound. Colin Smith was looking for anybody, but nobody was there.
We got Donnie in the comments saying it's Old Fort by 1,000 tonight.
Oof. Donnie, come on now. We're not supposed to show favoritism. We're media, Donnie. Dimitri Carter pulls up from 3, and that one's in and out. What a nice save by Beisner. Woo! Got it to go. Andrew Tackett draws the foul. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
What a big play there. Offensive rebound safe behind the back, and then the and one finish. That is nice.
That was a big save by the senior, Henry Beisner. And that one no good. Chieftains get the rebound. Frankert pushes down the floor. Dexter Stacy. Now back to Kellen Frankert. Brody Brickman with it. Pulls it back to the logo. Nice little move to get free. Got it to go. Nice drive to the basket by Brody Brickman there.
Seen a lot of tough buckets so far. Just getting physical and just using that over your defender.
Tackett pushes it over to Havens. Now down low. Give and go action. Havens gets it back, puts it up. Had that one swatted from behind. Colin Smith with the rejection. Smith kicks it out. Stacy for 3. No. Smith grabs the loose ball. He got the rebound. Put it back up. Put it in.
Man.
Colin Smith ties it up for the Chieftains.
The big man gets the block, goes coast to coast, offensive rebound, and then the putback.
That's a nice sequence right there.
That is. That's the highlight reel right there.
That's exactly right. Dimitri Carter working on Brody Brickman. Stops his dribble at the free throw line, gives it off. Havens drives to the basket. And Grant Havens puts it off the glass and puts it in.
Some long strides there. Got out at the free throw line, didn't even take a dribble.
Yeah. Stacy kicks it out. Brickman. Now over to Frankert. Going to reset. Brody Brickman on the right wing. Actually, it's Colin Smith with the ball. Now Frankert pulls up for 3. Off the back of the rim, no. Isaac Gallagher grabs the rebound.
No one's really hitting from outside yet.
Not yet.
But it makes sense coming into this, you know, really the big men are really the focus of both of these squads.
That is correct, but they've got a couple of guys who can really light up the scoreboard from the wing. That's a matchup I'm interested in watching, but yeah, that matchup down low is where we've got our spotlight on this one. Stacy drives it, cut off on the baseline, but he is fouled. Actually, they're going to say kickball. Inside of a minute to play, Ashton Miller spots up for 3. No. Stockaders grab the loose ball. Gallagher. Nice feed from Grant Havens. And Gallagher was just cutting right to the basket.
That was such a quick, fast break, too. Look down for 1 second, they're scoring on the other end.
And that is the forte of this Old Fort offense. Quick strike ability. 3-pointer off the mark from Colin Smith. Stockaders with the basketball. Inside of 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They lead at 14-10.
Shaping up to be pretty similar to their game a week ago.
Tackett drives it. Puts it up. Had that one blocked.
Gotta go.
Brickman, 2 seconds. That's it. And it doesn't count even if it went. That's the end of the first quarter. Stockaders lead the Chieftains 14-10. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Welcome back to John Brueggemeier Gymnasium here in Old Fort, Ohio. Nate Mullins, Jacob Ellis on the call with you here tonight. We've got Emma Moeglin on the camera. Thanks for tuning in here with us as we start the second quarter. Old Fort leading Hopewell-Loudon 14-10. And the Stockaders didn't miss a whole lot of opportunities there in that first quarter. And that is the efficient style of this offense. They don't waste very many possessions, Jacob.
No, we didn't really see any turnovers or any kind of poor offensive play. Everything was patient and methodic, well thought out. Good start from both these squads so far offensively.
No timeouts either.
Yeah, I was like, I think, we said it was 12 minutes.
Carter. From downtown. Dimitri Carter knocks down the three. Stockaders lead it by 7.
Yeah, you were saying it, Nate. Some of these wing guys have that opportunity just to light up the scoreboard at any chance.
Frankert pulls up from 3! From downtown! And now we got a timeout on the floor. Hopewell-Loudon takes a timeout after that Kellen Frankert three-pointer. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Let's take a look at our keys to the game brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. As tonight, for these Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, they got to try to bounce back after that loss this past Saturday. And it's going to be key for them tonight. They've got to keep the ball moving. Use your fouls wisely. You've got them. Use them. If you've got to get a foul and try to get the ball back, don't waste those fouls, but use them wisely. And also, find a way to muddy up the paint. That's what they're good at. They're so good at just making things dirty in the paint. And it frustrates a team. It frustrated Calvert the other night when we covered them against Calvert. And that's, I think, the strong point of this Hopewell-Loudon team is, they don't have that big towering presence in the paint, but they can muddy things up. For Old Fort, they've got to make their free throws tonight. They're shooting just 54% as a team from the free throw line on the year. They got to clean the glass on the offensive and the defensive side of things, but they have to limit fast break opportunities for this Hopewell-Loudon team. Make them settle into their half-court sets. Don't allow them to get a bunch of fast break opportunities here tonight. And that's so far what we've seen. So,
yeah, those keys to the game, it's almost like you gave the pregame speech for each of these squads. That's kind of what they're following.
Once again, keys to the game brought to you by our friends at UIS Insurance and Investments. Gallagher's passed down low as he was trying to find his senior teammate, Henry Beisner, 6'7" senior forward.
So, first quarter, we didn't see a timeout, didn't see a three-pointer, didn't see a foul. 63 seconds into this, we've seen all three.
That's right. So Beisner gets his basket to go. He's got 4 points. Hopewell-Loudon with the basketball. They trail it by 6. Brody Brickman working on Dimitri Carter. Kicks it into the left wing. Ashton Miller, nice little floater, got that one to go.
Yeah, on the off-ball screen, it was Gallagher for Old Fort that tried to go over and prevent that, but it was just, when he did that, easy over-the-top pass, easy floater, 2 points.
And you got to be able to take advantage there. And on defensive end, you've got to be aggressive. Go through that screen. You got to fight through it.
Exactly.
See Brickman right there, fought through that screen, kept himself in good defensive position.
There you go.
Got the stop.
It's all about the little things on defense that go a long way.
Brickman works it over to Frankert, now back to Brody Brickman. 5:50 left to play here in the first half. Dexter Stacy drives the baseline. Cut off, kicks it out, and he throws it into the backcourt. That's going to be a over and back.
Did that same play they just ran that worked, but Gallagher a little better on the screen this time.
Yep.
Caused an issue.
And you got to show on that. Be physical. That's exactly what happened there. Andrew Tackett brings the ball into the forecourt for the Stockaders. Isaac Gallagher with it on the left wing. Working on Colin Smith. That's an intriguing matchup there.
It's a wild pass.
Gallagher along the baseline. Bodies up on Smith. Unable to get it to go. Kellen Frankert with the rebound.
Man, Gallagher wanted the baseline so bad there.
Yeah. He was trying to give him the old Shaq Diesel. Ashton Miller at the free throw line. Spin move, kicks it out. Kellen Frankert for three. Got it. From downtown. Kellen Frankert with 8 points, leading all scorers.
When you have a good big man down there like that, it sucks that defense in, and it was just an easy kick out for three there.
Nice shot off the mark. Chieftains with the basketball.
Hopewell on a little run right now.
Miller unable to get that one to go. Tackett driving, spin move, draws a double team, pass poked away. Miller grabs the steal, and the Chieftains cross the timeline into the forecourt, looking to take the lead on this possession, potentially.
Yeah, I think it's probably like an 8-2, 7-2 run, I think.
Yeah. It was 19-12 at one point, so yeah.
There you go.
Brody Brickman gives it to Colin Smith. Chieftains don't use a whole lot of rotation. It's pretty much these starting five. They're going to play most of the game. Ooh. Kellen Frankert from downtown.
Well, when you can hit a couple quick threes, there's no reason to sub you out anyways.
He's heating up. Frankert catching a little fire here. Yeah. He's got 11 points.
It's a 9-0 Hopewell run.
Gallagher. His drive to the basket is denied, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
We'll see Brock Hull for the Stockaders check in after this.
One of the original starting 5 for Old Fort. Gallagher's first shot, no good.
No, he made the first.
Oh, did he?
He rimmed in.
Oh. Gallagher on the season, a 58% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Got both of those to go.
Yeah. Let's see how Hopewell responds here. They've looked really solid in the half-court kind of offense, and Old Fort, if they're not in transition, they've just been struggling to make it work.
Brody Brickman. Now Dexter Stacy comes off the screen from Kellen Frankert. Now Frankert's
not going to have that room to shoot anymore.
Yeah, he had a good look at it, but it closed up quickly. Miller drives. Puts it up, no. Gets his own rebound and puts it up and in. Ashton Miller puts the Chieftains on top, 23-21.
Just a tough finish, and now they're coming out in the press.
Miller leading the team in scoring, averaging 16 points per game coming into this one. He's got 8 points here tonight. Dimitri Carter. Havens passes it out to Gallagher. Gallagher's shot blocked. But he gets it back, and he puts it up and in. Ties the ball game at 23 apiece.
Sometimes you just get lucky, and I think Gallagher was looking more towards his away crowd than he was the basket on that first shot.
Right.
But loose ball comes back to you, and you get lucky sometimes.
Dexter Stacy with it. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Stacy kick over to Colin Smith. His three-pointer off the side of the rim. Havens grabs the rebound for the Stockaders. Old Fort Working it around. Now Gallagher drives it into the paint, puts it up. No. But he draws the contact. And he'll work his way to the free throw line where he'll have 2 shots. Isaac Gallagher with 10 points. 2 of those from the free throw line. As we mentioned earlier, shooting 58% from the free throw line.
It's one of the higher marks for these Stockaders.
Well, they do have Brock Hall shooting 100%. He's only shot 2 free throws. But
well, minor details.
And he hits them both.
Man, 4 of 4 from the line for a team that's shooting 52% on the year.
It's, keys to the game.
Yep.
They're sticking to it. You got to make your free throws. That's going to be key tonight.
Yeah. Also helps to have the home court advantage for that.
For sure. Ashton Miller, right wing 3. Hits every part of the basket except the bottom. Dimitri Carter picks up his dribble, kicks it out. Grant Havens. Now cross court to Gallagher. And we got an off the ball foul, a non-shooting foul on Brody Brickman as he got a little HR shoving stuff.
Yeah, Brickman had an 8-inch height disadvantage there down low. He's trying to do anything he could to get some kind of advantage.
Havens looking to inbound. Dimitri Carter, left wing, spots up for 3. Off the side of the rim, no. Beisner grabs the rebound, puts it up. Nice. Got it to go. The big man with 6 points.
He's
No, go ahead.
Oh, he's really good at getting the ball up quick, especially as a big man. You want to try to take a bunch of dribbles, try to use your muscle. And he's just good 1 dribble or less, making a move, going up with the bucket.
He's very decisive.
Yes.
Foul on the play. Foul called against Brock Hall. That's his first team foul on the Stockaders. Comes at the 42nd mark here in the first half. It was a quick first half, Jacob.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not even 7:30 yet.
No.
Unreal. Ashton Miller with the putback. Got it to go.
Just using the length you were given and just, it was like a receiver up there.
Gallagher gets it over to Beisner. Now Hall with it on the right wing. Gets it down low. Gallagher had it poked away. Chieftains looking to close the first half with the final possession. 12 seconds left. They trail by 2.
It's a high screen and roll.
5 seconds. Brickman nearly had it stolen away. Stacy spots up for 3. No! Off the side of the rim, no good. That's the end of the first half. Your score, Old Fort 27, Hopewell 25. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere. You've got the Hope in Fostoria halftime show coming up next, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. More than just a game, this is Heart of Ohio Sports. At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today.
After an injury or surgery, adults are often prescribed opioids or stimulants, powerful drugs that help with pain or focus. But when unused or expired medications linger, they pose serious risks: misuse, addiction, or accidental poisoning, especially for children. Seneca County has 5 locations where you can safely dispose of medications. Take it to the box or use a deter bag at home to deactivate them safely and permanently. Prevent misuse, protect your family, dispose safely. Learn more or request a free Deter-A-Safe disposal bag at carsa.org. Prevention starts with you.
At
At UIS Insurance and Investments, we're committed to protecting what matters most. That's why we partner with Auto Owners Insurance, offering reliable coverage and personalized service from people you can trust. UIS and Auto Owners Insurance, working together to keep you covered no matter what life throws your way.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
December 20 of 2026. Okay, so please go to our website at scppohio.org to apply or find out more information about us. We have a blanket that we're donating to the 50-50, so whoever wins the 50-50 will also get our blanket. So we appreciate the opportunity to speak to you tonight. If you have any questions, we'll be sitting behind the scores table. If you need anything, come up and see us. Thank you for your time and attention. Go Stockaders! Yeah! We need more money now.
This is a Butler building, and so is this one, and this one, and this one too. They're all Butler buildings. Custom designed, custom built to exacting specifications by Clouse Construction, your local Butler builder. Discover the difference a versatile Butler manufacturing building system can make for your new facility. Virtually any size, any shape, any usage. Call Clouse Construction today. You'll find their work all over Northwest Ohio and online at clouseconstruction.com.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
Since 1847, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse has been Tiffin's trusted florist. From stunning arrangements to everyday flowers, they help you say it beautifully. Whether you're celebrating life's victories or supporting your loved ones, stop by their beautiful shop on Greenfield Street or order online at wagnerflowers.com for easy pickup or delivery. Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, where tradition blooms.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to John Brueggemeier Gymnasium here at Old Fort High School. Nate Mullins and Jacob Ellis on the call with you here in the halftime show, brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. Emma Moeglin's done a great job on the camera for us here in the first half. Before we get you to the second half, let's take a look at our player spotlight, brought to you by our friends at Vicek Orthodontics. As for the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains tonight, I got my player spotlight on one Kellen Frankert, as he comes into this one leading the team in rebounds with 9 per game, averaging just over 8 points per game, shooting 67% from the free throw line, and he's shooting just under 40% from the floor, so he gets a lot of shot opportunities, but he's not shy about taking them, Jacob. He'll take the 3, he'll take the 2, doesn't matter. That's why that shooting percentage might not be as high as you want, but the free throw percentage is right where you want it to be, so it just goes to show you, he is a shooter, but the other side of our player spotlight, brought to you by Vicek Orthodontics, we're looking at Stockaders senior forward Henry Beisner, as he's averaging just under 10 points per game, just under 9 rebounds per game, leading the team in the rebounding department, just about 1.5 blocks per game, shooting 62% from the floor and 50% from the free throw line. He's a big man, and he gets the ball when he's close to the basket and makes the most of those opportunities. And those are our player spotlights, brought to you by, once again, our friends at Vicek Orthodontics. When you want to look your best, you got to have a good smile. When you want a good smile, you go see the friends at Vicek Orthodontics.
Yeah, and both those guys in double digits, I believe, so far.
Or
Beisner
has 6, but he's probably got 6 rebounds to go along with it.
Yeah. Easy double-double.
Miller, nice drive to the basket, puts it off the glass and puts it in, as he takes the scoring lead for the Chieftains with 12.
Someone pointed out that Saturday the score was Old Fort was up 28-27 at halftime.
Huh.
So things staying pretty similar here.
Turnabout is fair game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Dimitri Carter pulls up from 3. That one hits the bottom of the net, no good. It was saved, but right into the hands of the Chieftains, Colin Smith. Now that's actually Ashton Miller, pulls up and knocks it down from about the elbow. And Miller puts the Chieftains back on top, 29-27.
That was just an easy ball fake there. Got his defender flying in the air and an easy midi.
Got him a bird.
There you go.
Dimitri Carter feeds it over to Brock Hall. Now back to Carter. Now Hall with it. Gives it off to Gallagher. Nice job by Stacy denying the left hand there.
He got hacked pretty
forcing
hard.
him to his right, but the Stockaders' third chance opportunity is unsuccessful. The Chieftains with the basketball. Colin Smith on the right wing. Gives it back to Brody Brickman. 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Once again, a remind our viewers, our timeouts are brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore, even though we've only had one of them so far here tonight. Dexter Stacy got that one to go.
I think Coach Hoover might need to call the second one. 6-0 run for Hopewell to start in the first 2.5 minutes.
Stockaders with the basketball. Carter over to Hull. Now Gallagher. Dimitri Carter pulls up from three, no good. And a rebound grab by Dexter Stacy.
These rims have been unkind today.
Don't forget, you can submit your picture to be entered into our contest for Fan of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Clouse Construction. We'll announce the winner in the post-game show. Submit a picture of how you're watching the game. And if you're lucky, we'll post that picture on the broadcast. Also, our defensive player of the game brought to you by Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse. That'll come to you in the post-game show. This is boring. Oh, we don't like that. Come on, guys. But this is part of what I talked about in the keys to the game of them just muddying up the game, Jacob. They have a way of just kind of making things kind of, I don't know, taking you out of your comfort zone, if you will.
Yeah, and that was a minute-long possession. As a defense, you really have to lock in for that full 60 seconds.
And Brock Hall had it stripped away. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. You have to lock in. One defensive lapse, and you give up the easy bucket. So.
Yep. And you see how antsy they were on the other end. It was as quick as can go, a little out of control. And hit off the backboard on the inbound. Don't see that often.
Colin Smith with it. Pushes into the paint, puts it up, off the glass. Colin Smith got that one to go.
8-0 run, there's the timeout.
Timeout called by the Stockaders. Chieftains on an 8-0 run to start the second half. They lead it 33-27. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, UIS Insurance and Investments, Vicek Orthodontics, Mullins Entertainment, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, First National Bank of Sycamore, Clouse Construction, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors bringing you high school basketball all season long right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll tell you about our friends at Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses. This Valentine's Day, when you want to show your love, flowers still say it best, folks. And when you want to give them something they'll never forget, well, you just go to Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse. Family owned since 1847, they know how to help you say what words cannot express. Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse always has the best prices on roses in our area. Go ahead, shop around. I guarantee they're going to have the cheapest prices. And they don't sacrifice quality or beauty. This Valentine's Day, give flowers with a story. Shop Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, where tradition blooms.
I like that, where tradition blooms. Very sweet.
$18.47. Can you imagine having a business in operation for over 160 years? Almost 170.
That's insane to think about.
Got a foul on the way to the basket. We'll send Grant Havens to the free throw line.
Stockaders were 4 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half.
And Havens got that one to go. Havens is a 43% free throw shooter, so that's a good sign to see there. He got that one to go. Not able to get that one to go.
Not often you make 2 in a row at 43%.
Averages are not on your side at that point. Brickman feeds it. Miller off the glass with the contact. Got it to go.
I wasn't sure what happened there, but I saw Gallagher kind of lose his footing for a second. Wasn't sure what happened, but it allowed that easy backdoor cut from Miller on the and one.
And Miller makes him pay. Now with his 15th point of the ball game, leading all scorers, Chieftains take the largest lead of the game for either team. They lead by 8. It's 36-28.
Just out of nowhere. And for Old Fort, I think that's the first point they scored of the half.
It is. It is an 11 to 1 run here in the second half for the Chieftains.
See the student section trying to get the Stockaders back into it here.
It's impressive to see that many students here when the school canceled today. You know, no school, but the students still show up. Three-pointer off the mark. Gallagher couldn't get that one to go.
And you've talked about how nice the John Brueggemeier Gymnasium is. A couple people here in the comments agreeing with you, saying it's the best in Northwest Ohio. Someone saying which one's better. I can't think of one.
Here's the thing. You might find a bigger or a better one at a bigger school, but when you're talking a small school like a Division 7 basketball team, find me one Division 7 basketball team in the state of Ohio that has a better gym than this.
No, you can't.
I challenge you, seriously. You can't put a price tag on what this means to this community, and it's just, it really is. It's kind of the Taj Mahal of basketball around here.
It really is.
Now, yeah, there's probably, you can point to the big house in Sandusky. That's a big, beautiful venue for basketball. Fostoria has a great venue for basketball, but those are bigger schools. I'm talking like, you're talking about rural America. Find me a better small town gym than this. Yeah, I'll put this one up against anybody.
Yeah, and this one has so much legacy with it, and they've modernized in recent years. They've got that perfect mix. Oh!
That dunk off the mark. As Beisner tried to bring the house down. I felt that one in the in the catwalk up here.
He just mistimed the jump a little bit. But my goodness.
Dexter Stacy, shot is no good. Beisner grabs the rebound. Tackett pushes it into the forecourt for the Stockaders.
Just got to find something to get a bucket here.
Carter feeds it down low to Gallagher. Gallagher had that one swacked away.
See Old Fort just begging for a foul on that.
They're asking for it.
I think Havens was the one who earlier hit the inbound off the backboard. Noticed him move a little more to his left that time.
A little
just to
bit,
make sure.
yeah. Gallagher feeds it over to Carter. Carter. Kick out. Havens for three. Got it.
There you go.
Grant Havens knocks down the three. Ooh, nearly stolen away. But Miller throws that one down.
This is, if you can't do it, I can.
Ashton Miller with 20 points. And as Gallagher onto the basket, gets that one to go.
Starting to pick up just a little bit. Might have got away with a travel there, did Frankert.
Brickman. Out to Frankert. Cross court, Stacy, now back to Brickman. Top of the key, they work it. Brickman kicks it out. Stacy, right wing three, off the side of the rim, no. Gallagher with the rebound. Stockaders looking to push, now they settle into the half court set.
Hopewell's done a really great job defensively in transition these past few minutes.
Tackett, got it to go. From downtown. Andrew Tackett brings it to within a 3-point game. Miller to to Smith. Smith had it blocked, but a foul is going to go against the Stockaders. They'll call that one on Isaac Gallagher. Woo! I don't think very many people in this gym agreed with that one.
No. That was, I think, the highest meeting we'll see all night.
Smith in and out on the first one. On the season, he is a 71% free throw shooter. So, statistics say he's probably going to make this one.
There you go. Back to a two-possession game, importantly.
Onto the basket. Denied, but we got a foul on the play. Garrett Havens will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's a shooting foul. And I think they called that on Colin Smith.
I think they did, yeah.
That's his second. And the second team foul comes at the 38-second mark. And we got that one to go. 2-point ball game.
Thought Hopewell was starting to pull away, but Old Fort coming right back into it. There's a steal again.
Gallagher with the steal, feeds it to Carter. Carter to Tackett. Out to Havens for 3. Got it!
From downtown, he's heating up.
Another steal.
Man, Stockaders are going crazy over there on their sideline now.
3-pointer. Oh, the roof would have came off this place.
Still might.
And that one's saved right to the Chieftains. Carter with the steal.
Gotta go up.
And he gets the steal, but couldn't get the shot off in time. But the Stockaders close it out with a 10-0 run to take the lead, 41-40 as we head to the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got an exciting fourth quarter of action coming up next, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Prevent opioid and stimulant misuse in your teen's sports journey. Keep all medications locked and only use them as prescribed. Talk openly about the dangers of misusing painkillers and stimulants. Work with healthcare providers to find safe alternatives for pain and focus. Protect their future. Prevent misuse. Visit carsa.org for prevention tips and community resources.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
And we're back here, John Brueggemeier Gymnasium here in Old Fort, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Jacob Studebaker-Ellis on the call with you here tonight. We start the fourth quarter of action. Stockaders with the basketball. They lead over the Chieftains 41-40.
Ended the quarter on a 10-0 run to the Stockaders.
Grant Havens tried to pick up where he left off, but that one's off the mark. Colin Smith races, puts it up, puts it in.
Interesting no call there. I thought the Stockader defender got to the spot in time.
They're going to let him play here tonight. We haven't seen a whole lot of fouls called. I think that first half there was only a few.
Yeah, I think the Stockaders picked up their first foul with like 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah. They feed it down low. Gallagher got that one to go. Stockaders back on top by 1.
What a finish we're going to see in this one.
Miller takes the cross-court feed from Brickman. Now they feed it out to Smith. Spots up for 3. Got it!
From downtown,
Colin Smith knocks down the 3.
Oh
Chieftains back on top by 2. Timeout on the floor. Timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We'll take this time and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, UIS Insurance and Investments, Vicek Orthodontics, Mullins Entertainment, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, First National Bank of Sycamore, Clouse Construction, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors bringing you high school basketball right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. Emma Moeglin capturing the student section, doing a phenomenal job for us here tonight. I love it.
Yeah, they're starting to get into this one, that student section. I'm having a lot of fun here.
Coming out of this timeout, it'll be Old Fort possession. They trail it by 2.
Man, how
They've
similar
led after every quarter. So what were you saying? How similar?
it is to this first game. It's just as even. I think at the end of the first game, end of 3 quarters, it was tied. This one, Old Fort only up by 1.
Wow.
Pretty similar score line. Might be a little more scoring. But just, I mean, so evenly matched these two teams are.
And Barry, to answer your question, I think every time these two teams play, especially here at this court, it's always a close game. Every game that I've ever called between these two teams has been a buzzer beater or a nail biter. I think even Zach and Dom called a buzzer beater last year.
A little short, yeah. I think they did.
Mark.
But especially come conference tournament time, you know, especially if Old Fort wins this, one of the things I was always told is the hardest to do in basketball is beat someone 3 times.
Haven's got that one to go. He's got 13 points. Tied at 45. Smith feeds it over to Frankert. Chieftains into their half-court set now. Dexter Stacy pulls it back to the logo.
Love these games where it's just bucket versus bucket, just back and forth over and over again.
Brickman's feed nearly stolen. He gets it back. Smith wisely able to grab it. But yeah, the back and forth, frenetic pace. You just got to love it. It's high school basketball at its finest.
Mm-hmm. And I think this kind of faster pace benefits Old Fort too. That's what I would think. But I mean, Hopewell's staying right in it. They almost pulled away to I think, 11-point lead at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, they did have an 11-point lead at one point, and Old Fort came back and trimmed it back down. Brickman. Inside of 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. Tied at 45 apiece. Dexter Stacy on the right wing. Gives it back to Brickman. And these are the kind of possessions that the Chieftains like to kind of muddy things up with. Well, they're not in any hurry.
Well, there's a couple times they've had a minute-long possession, and just
Miller,
wait for that.
His drive, unable to finish.
A little too much English on it.
It did have a little bit of spin move on that one. No floater from Havens, no good. Was that a pass or was that a floater?
Well, now it's an and one.
A bucket counts. And he draws the contact. Henry Beisner strolls to the line. Potential three-point play here. Beisner got it to go.
That biggest key of the game so far is the free throw shooting for Old Fort. 6 of 7 so far. That's their lead.
Carter grabs the rebound off the missed shot from the Chieftains. Stockaders with it, looking to push. They settle into their half court now. Dimitri Carter pulls it back. Gives it off to Havens. They work it down to Gallagher. Gallagher had it stripped away. Chieftains nearly had it stripped away there, and a foul is going to go against Grant Havens and the Stockaders there on the reach-in.
Oh, it's a tough one to take.
It is.
I think the student section was trying to get some glasses.
They're pretty brutal.
A little bit.
Both of these student sections can bring it. Let me just say that. Like they both have stellar game when it comes to intimidating the other opponent, you know?
Gotta have a little fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that pass poked away, goes out of bounds. Kellen Frankert looking to inbound. Gets it into Brody Brickman. Brickman gives it off. Ashton Miller double team. Brickman feeds it out to Frankert, pulls up from three, off the side of the rim, no.
Long three.
And we have a reach-in foul on, looks like Old Fort. And I believe that's going to be the call on Grant Havens. That'll be his third. And the third team foul against the Stockaders comes at the 4:16 mark.
He's picked up a couple of quick ones, and that is not someone the Stockaders want in foul trouble with 15 points.
He has been the hot hand here in the second half for sure. Brody Brickman calls out the play.
Seeing a little bit of zone action here. Haven't seen that a lot today.
Miller had it poked away. It goes out of bounds off of the Chieftains.
Great pressure
Nice
there
little-
from Andrew Tackett.
Yeah, absolutely. Grant Havens looking to inbound, gets it into Tackett.
We don't really see it anymore, but you know, back in the day, this used to be that point where high school teams would just try to hold it for 4 minutes.
Right. And that might be coming to an end here soon, Jacob. I've heard some speculation about potential shot clock in the works here in the OHSAA because they tried it during the holiday break. There was a Hoops Classic, some kind of a big hoop event, and they definitely used the shot clock during this tournament. And I think that they had some positive results from it. And they like the pace of play better.
And it makes sense. And I think my big thing, especially with these rural schools, as long as you can help them afford it, you know, hey, I'm all for it.
I think a lot of it is just logistics and administrative. Like, you have to have a person just running the shot clock.
Right.
That's,
yeah.
You're going to have to add another person to the scorer's table. And Ashton Miller had that one go off the back of the rim. Chieftains starting to lose that momentum here as the Stockaders up by 5 with the possession. Carter pulls up from the right wing. And Dimitri Carter got that one to go. Full court press by the Stockaders here. Stacy gives it off to Miller. Now Miller back to Brickman, top of the key, as he's looking for Sam Humphrey into the game here for the Chieftains. First time into the game here for him.
We are almost at the same score that the first time these teams played. It was 52-46.
That's what it was.
We're almost right there.
Brickman over to Stacy on the left wing. Now Frankert thought about a three. Gives it back to Brickman. We're inside of 3 minutes to play, 2:43. Brickman pulls up from mid-range. No good, but he draws the contact. Dimitri Carter will be called for the foul. That's his first, but the fourth team foul on the Stockaders. Puts Brody Brickman at the line. 2 shots coming up.
Got someone telling us that the awesome game, whose guys are going off, so we're doing something right today. The first one front iron.
Brickman on the season, a 50% free throw shooter. So logic says he's going to get that one, right?
And did, yeah. Right on the money.
Timeout called by Hopewell-Loudon. We'll keep it right here with 2:41 left to play here in the ballgame. Chieftains trail it by 7. It's 53-46. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, UIS Insurance and Investments, Vicek Orthodontics, Mullins Entertainment, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, First National Bank of Sycamore, Clouse Construction, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors bringing you high school basketball all season long right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, heart of Ohio sports. See a John Otterbacher sighting over here, Calvert head basketball coach, taking in some day off action here.
Starting to prep for the postseason maybe a little bit.
Yeah, well, they've got some work to do. They had a rough loss to these Chieftains last time we were on the call. Of course, these Chieftains, this is a tough bunch. Had a slow start to the season, but since then, they lost their first 3, but since then, they've really captured some momentum here.
Yeah, they put on a really good showing here for first about 3.5 quarters. Really made the Stockaders earn this win. if they hold on.
Gallagher drives it. Splits the double team and puts it off the glass and in. Isaac Gallagher. He's got 20 points. Stockaders up by 9. 2 minutes to play. Frankert feeds it to Stacy. Had it poked away, and a kick ball is going to go against the Stockaders. Give the ball back to the Chieftains.
Go into the ground, and then Carter. I think he meant to grab for it with his hand, but I think his foot went. I'm gonna touch it instead.
Barry, to your point, yes, but when do they actually do that? I've seen so many games. Just the other day we had a game where they dribbled out the last minute and a half of the clock of a quarter just because they could.
Yep.
And you're not going to tell them kids to go out and play defense because they don't.
Yeah, and here's the thing. With a shot clock, you're going to have to do that anyways.
Exactly. I think he's just playing devil's advocate there, though.
No, it's fair. hey, I get it. I get both sides of that argument.
I think the only argument that I'll listen to is the logistical standpoint. From any other, I won't listen to it from a basketball standpoint because at this point, we got to get with the times. Let's speed this up. It's basketball. I don't want to watch that.
Right. Now we get to see the foul game.
Gone are the days of the 27-25.
Oh. We still might get those games once in a while, but not because they hold the ball for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Grant Havens inbounds it. Andrew Tackett back to Havens at the logo.
It's interesting. They're letting the clock run out now.
Throwing up the white flag, I think, here. 1:20 to play.
Oh.
And the foul. No, it's a held ball.
We're going the other way.
So the possession arrow favors the Chieftains. 1:16 to play here in the ball game. What was once a frenetic back and forth game has really slowed down to a dull.
Oh, here we go.
Weisner brought down the house.
Boom, shakalaka, boom.
Henry Beisner gave the folks what they paid for. And then Kellen Frankert
From downtown.
says, I got a show for you. Let me dot that I.
Weisner thought he was putting on the finishing touch, but Hopewell saying, hold on, we're not done just yet.
Uh-huh. Timeout on the floor. Once again, timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Don't forget, folks, you can submit your picture, be entered to win our Fan of the Game, brought to you by Clouse Construction. We'll announce the winner in the postgame show, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll also announce our Defensive Player of the Game Award, brought to you by Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses, and our Player of the Game, presented by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. That's coming up in the postgame show right after the conclusion of this ball game. Postgame show brought to you by our friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Folks, if you're looking for a new car, you got to go get your pre-approval first. Hit up the folks at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. They're going to have the best, most competitive interest rates you can find in the area, and they'll get you started with that pre-approval. You walk into a dealership with a pre-approval, that's like basically a get-out-of-jail-free card, pretty much. I mean, you don't have to deal with any of the hassle, the haggle, the back and forth. You got it. Those are the people you need to talk to when you're looking for a new vehicle. And I know right now there's a lot of you out there who are probably like putting up with a lot with your vehicle. Like, I'm about at the end of my rope with this thing. Well, just stop putting it off. Go get yourself a new car. Go get yourself a new vehicle. But first, before you do that, stop out and see our friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Tackett off the mark on the first free throw. And couldn't get that one to go either.
Yeah, it's weird. Their normal free throw shooting didn't start to show up till now.
Dexter Stacy.
From downtown.
We're back to a 5-point ball game here. 38 seconds. Quick foul. I think they got Tackett on the foul.
It's Brody Brickman.
For Tackett. That's the guy you want to put at the free throw line because he is a 43% free throw shooter on the year. So They missed the last two.
And he just got to hit one, at least.
And there's the one that he needed. Tackett. Unable to get both of them to go. We got one of two. 6-point ball game. Chieftains with possession. Miller under the basket. We're going to get a foul. That's going to go on Isaac Gallagher. That's his third and the fifth team foul. Will send Ashton Miller to the free throw line. 2 shots coming up. Miller. Oof. Unable to get the first one to go. We got the second one.
See a timeout here.
And we got a timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Timeout called by the Old Fort Stockaders. 30 seconds left here in the ball game. Chieftains trail it by 5 coming out of this timeout. If you're Roger Jury in that time in that huddle right here, what are you saying to your guys? How do you get the ball back?
I mean, all you can do really is just try to trap. You know, you don't really even have time to do that. It's just try to make sure they don't inbound it, get a quick foul. But the issue is Old Fort has 3 timeouts left.
Yep.
So you've got to keep doing that. And, I mean, it's honestly, you just got to, I mean, with how poorly Old Fort shoots free throws, it's not really a bad option to foul. So just do your best to make sure they don't inbound it, and they get it in. Just got to foul quick.
Gallagher will be fouled. We'll get that foul on Ashton Miller. That's his third foul. That'll send Gallagher to the line. He's a 58% free throw shooter on the season. Once again, team's leading scorer, averaging 15.4 points per game. He's over the 200-point mark on the season.
Dropped a casual 20-piece tonight.
Make that 21. And he got them both.
Yeah, that makes it 3 possessions. It's going to be hard to come back from.
Dexter Stacy coming off the screen. Got the defender to go past, but unable to get the shot to go as he comes up short. And it will be Stockader possession with 14.3 seconds left.
Oh.
It was 40-29 at one point, Hopewell-Loudon in the third quarter. But the Chieftains just kind of let this one slip through their fingers.
Yeah, they got a little too comfortable, and Old Fort started hitting a couple threes to get right back in it, and Hopewell just didn't have an answer to it.
Dexter Stacy at the free throw line. He's a 50% free throw shooter on the year, gets the first one to go. This is just his 14th free throw of the season here. As he got them both to go.
It's pretty good for only shooting that many.
And we have a timeout on the inbound. Timeout called by Old Fort. Eric Hoover wants to talk things over. We'll keep it here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Don't forget, folks, you still have time to submit your picture. How are you watching the game? Show us your setup. Be entered into our contest to win Fan of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Clouse Construction. We'll find out who the winner of that is in the postgame show, presented by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. This was a pretty exciting ball game up until about 3 minutes left to go. And then the Stockaders just kind of, I feel like it was a cat playing with their food for a minute, and then they just kind of said, all right, I'm hungry, I'll eat it.
Right. Yeah, Old Fort just flipped the switch, and just kind of took over in this last quarter. But yeah, just a great job. And Hopewell had a really good run to begin the second half, too. So it was looking, there was a couple times Hopewell had 11-point, 8-point lead and just couldn't close it out.
Keep those comments coming, guys. I love it. Grant Havens looking to inbound. Gets it into Gallagher, and he is fouled. Ashton Miller was like, what do I got to do to get the foul?
Yeah, he was pulling on the jersey before he even got the ball.
11.9 seconds left. Isaac Gallagher at the free throw line.
Yeah, and another thing Hopewell has to think about, which this is also one of the weirdest rules in high school basketball, is even at this point, if they make a shot, game clock doesn't stop.
That's right. That's just one more thing the clock operator has to worry about,
right.
You know? And he got them both. Chieftains with the basketball. Kellen Frankert to Colin Smith. Smith with the turnaround. Jumper no good. And that's the end of the ball game. The Stockaders hold on to win it. Back-to-back wins over the Chieftains. Final score 62-55. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We've got our post-game show brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Player of the game brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Fan of the game presented by Clouse Construction. And our defensive player of the game brought to you by Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouses. That's coming up next, right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at John Brueggemeier Gymnasium. Nate Mullins and Jacob Studebaker-Ellis on the call with you here on the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. We have Emma Moeglin on the camera for us here tonight. She did a phenomenal job. And once again, final score, Stockaders 62, Chieftains 55. I'll tell you what, tonight was one of those games where after the third quarter, Jacob, I didn't know who was going to win this game.
Oh my gosh.
I had no idea.
It was so back and forth throughout this entire thing. It was just a massive game of runs. But yeah, it looked like for solid 26 minutes or so, 25 minutes, Hopewell really had control of this one, but it was just late on. Old Fort took control, did great with the shooting, caused a lot of turnovers, and just kind of slowly pulled away at the end.
And it was impressive because, I mean, this is kind of what you expect with an Eric Hoover team. They're very polished. They're very well coached. They don't really let those big runs affect them too much. You know, they had that big run for Hopewell to start the second half, but you didn't see any of these guys get down. You didn't see them start pointing fingers at each other. It was just keep your head down, keep going to work. eventually, at the end of that third, they found a way to break through, got it back to a 1-point lead, and then they just never looked back after that, Jacob.
Yeah, it was really impressive, just like especially that mentality that they had of, even if they were down by 11, they didn't let the game get away from them too much, and just kind of they kept fighting back every time. And we talked about some of their keys. They're hitting the free throws, kind of controlling the tempo. Whether they were up by 8 or down by 8, they were doing all those keys.
Yeah, and they were. I tell you, one thing that really impressed me was the defensive presence from these Stockaders, especially in the second half. When the shots weren't falling there at the beginning of the third quarter, the thing that they turned to, Jacob, even though the shots weren't falling, they turned to their defense because they said, we know what we are defensively. Offensively, sometimes the shots don't fall, but if we can play to our level of talent on the defensive end and hold ourselves to the standards that we know we're capable of, this should turn around, and it's exactly what happened.
Yeah, defense did a great job for them, and first time these two teams played, Old Fort only barely got to 50, and that defense, like you said, carried them. And then this time it was, when that offense, they didn't have a bucket for the first, 7 minutes of the half, and just really the only thing that kept them in it, like you said, was the defense.
And that's what you got to do sometimes when you're in these low-scoring games and you're in a back-and-forth, frenetic kind of game. Come up with a couple of stops, get a couple of key baskets, and you just be surprised with what happens. And the stops were really what was important, and that leads us to our defensive player of the game, brought to you by our friends at Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse. For tonight's game, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who had more of an impact on the defensive side of the ball than Andrew Tackett. Honestly, the young man just really had his impact all over this game. For him coming in off the bench, he wasn't one of the starters, but for him to come in and play that role off the bench of that defensive stopper, to get a couple of pokeaways, to get a couple of steals. I don't know, Jacob, where are you feeling on this one?
I agree with you 100%. He was, those Hopewell guards were never really able to, get any sort of control on the tempo or just kind of ease into the game at all because of just how well he was doing with pressuring. Got a couple steals there late and just did a really good job leading this defensive unit for the Stockaders.
They had a couple of clutch three-pointers there in that run that kind of got them back into things. And I think that's why Andrew Tackett will take home our Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse Defensive Player of the Game award tonight. Now, our next award to give away, as Jacob, you're working on our Fan of the Game. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But we do have to give away our Player of the Game award. Of course, Player of the Game is brought to you by our friends at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. With this Old Fort Stadium, with this Old Fort Arena, it's always hard to get these kids up here for the interview. There's not much space up here for them to stand. So we're going to get a picture of the player with the belt. I'll make sure he gets his gift card to Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. But for right now, we want to make sure that you know who the player of the game is. And I think we're about ready for player of the game.
I thought I played it. I guess not. Oops. Oh, there it is. Oh, nope.
That's the
Wrong
defensive
one.
player of the game.
Oh, I said
there
I
we
did.
go.
Let's give him the full.
Player of the game is brought to you by our friends at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Stop down to Benchwarmers. Tell them your friends at Heart of Ohio sent you in. And make sure you check out the loaded pierogi special. That's right, folks. Pierogies, bacon, sour cream, cheese on top. They are phenomenal. Go check them out at our friends Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Your player of the game tonight, I think it's hard for me to give it to anybody other than Isaac Gallagher. This young man had an impact on this one from start to finish. 24 points in the ball game, leading all scorers. And I think that's a big reason why he takes home our Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery Player of the Game award. We'll make sure we get a picture with him with the belt. And we'll make sure he gets his gift card to Benchwarmers. And I'll make sure I ask him what his go-to item is when he goes to Benchwarmers.
There you go. Yeah, but when you score 24 points, hard-pressed not to give you the player of the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jacob. Now, when you go to Benchwarmers, what's your go-to?
I don't know. I'm just a classic burger and fry kind of guy,
Yeah? What do you like on your burgers?
I don't know, sometimes I get a little bit of ketchup or mustard. You got to get your lettuce and cheese, of course.
So you're just an all-American kind of guy.
I kind of am.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I like that. I like that. I'm not opposed. I'll just say that I'm not opposed. I I'm a sucker for their pretzel bacon burger. The pretzel bun with the bacon and the cheese and the beer cheese. And
oh my gosh.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So good.
Pretzel buns?
You just can't go wrong, though. Honestly.
No.
Like the pretzels, the soft pretzel sticks.
Oh.
Greggy is a big fan of the cheese curds. So many good items you can go for. But once again, our player of the game is brought to you by our friends at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. And tonight, it's Isaac Gallagher. Congratulations, young man. You had a phenomenal game. 24 points, leading all scorers and leading the Stockaders victory here tonight. All right, I think we have one more award to give away, don't we, Jacob?
We do. It's our Fan of the Game segment brought to you by Clouse Construction, and this is a familiar face to me. It's my better half, emphasis on the better part of that. So this is Vaden, and she's watching from back home in the Columbus area. Picked up some Who's merch her last time up here.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she's always definitely one of my biggest supporters of myself and Swole's Heart of Ohio Sports, and always she got the game on the big screen.
I love it.
So yeah, she's all decked out. Thanks for always supporting.
Well, thank you so much, Zavaden, for the support and for watching along with us. Obviously, you have a reason that you want to watch because, your other half is on the call with me. I think he did a phenomenal job tonight. Made us look really good. Timed up the intro perfectly. I was supposed to tell you, Greg said you did a phenomenal job with the intro.
Sick.
Killed it. You listened to exactly what he said, so I love
listen
it.
once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's always
Once
fun.
again, our fan of the game is brought to you by Clouse Construction.
Oh.
There we go.
Singing all my praises, and
that's
now
all
I'm
right. It's all good. But once again, thanks to Clouse Construction, our fan of the game sponsor. If you have a building that you want to get built and you don't know where to start, you gotta just give the folks at Clouse a call. Call them up, tell them to come over, check out what you want to. I mean, you got to show them what you want to do, but realistically, they're going to walk you through the process. They're going to make things so much easier. It's intimidating. It's a process. I get it. But you got to start somewhere, and the best place to start is with our friends at Clouse Construction. Butler Building affiliate and one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And we thank them for their contributions here to the broadcast. I think that's pretty much going to do it. Jacob, you got any final thoughts here before we wrap this one up?
Well, I always enjoy the games when we get to probably be home by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So incredibly fast game, but just great job by both squads. Really showed, all of their strengths. And, I mean, even though Hopewell lost, it was still really quality showing by them. Yeah. But Old Fort continues to dominate the SBC, 8-1 now. Great season for this hometown squad.
They are leading the way in the SBC. I think they are tied right now with Gibsonburg for that top spot in the SBC. And I think they play Gibsonburg coming up. It's either the Chieftains or the Stockaders play Gibsonburg coming up. Let me check here.
The Polar Bears.
Let me make sure I have my facts correct here before I go spouting off stuff while I'm live on the air. Because as Tommy says, if you're going to be on the air, you at least got to know everything, right?
I mean, yeah. It's only
so
natural.
The Stockaders, yes, their next matchup will be against the Gibsonburg Golden Bears this Friday. That'll be for the top spot in the SBC River. That's a huge game. But we won't be having that one here on Heart of Ohio Sports, folks. Tomorrow night, tune in right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State as we have girls basketball, Tiffin Calvert versus New Regal in action right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Jacob, you and Tommy will be on for that one?
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. It's my first time working with Tommy this year for basketball, so I'm excited.
He's a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Always fun times. Once again, your final score, 62-56, Old Fort with a big win in front of the home crowd. Everybody goes home happy except for Chieftains fans tonight. Once again, for Emma Moeglin and Jacob Ellis, I'm Nate Mullins signing off.